After hours of travel through windy roads on the Thai-Burma border, I've reached a Karen refugee camp set in the mountains. I'm at a care centre where about 10 men of different ages are attending their daily music lessons. All of those residing here are from Karen State in Eastern Burma and share a common story. The conflict between the Karen and the Burmese military, which has lasted over 60 years, is deemed the world's longest civil war. Amidst this protracted conflict situation, the role of landmines has evolved from its use by the state military to rebel groups and even civilian farmers planting mines to protect their communities. Landmines have become both physical and psychological weapons that render a sense of security to those living in conflict areas. Seen here are paramedics from an organisation called the Backpack Health Workers assisting a fresh victim of a landmine accident deep in Karen State, where government spending on healthcare is abysmal and emergency medical services non-existent. There are others from the same communities who've dedicated their efforts towards reducing landmine hazards and eventually eliminating their presence. The small operation on the border manages to send in trainers who educate civilians living in conflict zones. Such accounts of children running away from their villages under attack by the state military and meeting with landmine accidents exemplifies daily risks faced by civilians amidst a protracted mine warfare. More than 14% of mine victims in Burma stepped on a landmine within half a kilometre from the centre of their village. Of Burma's 14 states and divisions, 9 are contaminated with landmines. Evidence suggests that in Karen State there's one landmine victim every day. In an extremely restricted environment where the government has exercised an aggressive policy of preventing access, some international NGOs have managed to collaborate with local civil society groups in undertaking mine risk reduction.
A factory mine can explode 50 years, 100 years after it's planted. So, of course, even a lot of the civil war actually stopped in Myanmar. The landmines will still explode, and you still need the demining. You still need to make prosthetic legs for the victims. You still need to make mine risk education in the communities nearby the mine areas. But it is technically impossible to do humanitarian mine action if you do that work. So what can you do? Geneva Call, who make a research and report from 2010, released in the early 2011, and it shows that if you change the words, you don't call it mine risk education, you just call it risk reduction or something like that, or handicap risk reduction or something like that, you might be able to do something. We will support already existing things, not under the government, through a local non-governmental organization, then it's okay. So support the existing structures.
The Karen, along with 100 other ethnic minorities, have sought autonomy from the central government since the formation of a Burmese state in 1948.
We need to educate. It is a significance for the civilians to educate now how to avoid mines or unexploded weapons or bomb or something. First of all, before we send these young people to different districts, we start giving training here, and then only we let them go back to the different districts. And then so first of all, they have to go to the district leaders, local authorities we call them. So they have to go and see with all these people, now which area is fighting zone or previous fighting or something.
While these young Karen workers strive to reduce risk of landmine injuries, Winner, the director at the care center in the refugee camp, also from an ethnic minority region, takes in soldiers and civilians afflicted with debilitating injuries every few months.
We are using landmine to become a problem for the other people. So that's why we need to stop using the landmine. Both government, the ethnic group are using the landmine, so we need to stop it.
If armed groups in high conflict settings such as Sudan can agree to stop use of landmines even in the absence of reconciliation, can such an agreement be reached in a Burmese context? The answer is yes, provided all stakeholders are convinced that the damage caused by the weapon has far outweighed the benefits.